Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Dragon Age Origins. Last time we left, we had just been attacked by the demon possessing Connor. Connor's run off now, so we have a little bit of respite before needing to decide how to deal with him. Okay. For now, let's just explore this floor of the castle. That, I believe, is the way back to the courtyard. Yep.
On it.
And that is the way to the rest of the castle that I've already explored, so let's head through here. These suits of armor come alive. Awesome. These suits of armor are actually quite tough enemies, I think. That's alright. Wynn is also under attack, so we'll heal her up. Okay, who have we got left? We've got 4 suits of armor still standing. Does look like one of the knights came in to help though. Perfect, last one. Done. Okay, kind of lucky the knights helped with that one. They were tough. Okay. More enemies, of course there are. I should have waited to heal properly. There's also, he just ran past the undead Chamberlain. Oh, Alistair just got to level up as well. Speaking of, Liliana still has one. I should level her up too. That's from last episode. She got that at the very end of last episode. Okay, and that just leaves the Chamberlain, I think. There we go. Done. Alrighty, a few things to do here. Let's loot these bodies. Now the Chamberlain has a Redcliffe vault key on him, so make sure you grab that. You do want it. The vault's upstairs, it's not here, but we'll go there in a second. Okay, I'm just going to keep sticking all her points in cunning, to be honest, for now. She can get stealing, she can actually get master combat training. We're going to grab that. Okay. Oh, she needs 23 dexterity to get that actually back up. She only needs 1 more point of dexterity for that, so I'm going to do it that way instead. And then we can grab lethality, which, like I said, makes her use cunning for her attack score instead of her strength. Okay, awesome. We'll roll with that. And then Alistair, what do we want you to have? You need more dexterity, actually. And we'll put those points in strength. Perfect, that unlocks Assault. Or Shield Tactics. We'll actually get that one there. It means that I can't be backstabbed by rogues or anything. Perfect. Alright, that'll do for now. Now let's see if Liliana can open this for me.
On my way.
She certainly can.
Allow me.
That's locked
I
too.
can do that for you.
Small silver ring, that's just a standard gift, that's nothing
All
special.
set.
Not for any specific character, I don't think. Maybe from Oregon? I don't think so though. Geography of Ferelden. We'll look at that. And the vanity here has some arrows. Okay. Nice, well let's do that codex entry. The Kingdom of Ferelden is the southernmost civilized nation in Thedas. Although some scholars dispute that claim to civilization, it is perhaps the most physically isolated of all the kingdoms of Thedas. To the east is the Amaranthine coast, to the north the Waking Sea, and to the south the Korcari Wilds, which in the summer months are a vast peat bog and in the winter become a treacherous labyrinth of iced-over waterways. The Frostback Mountains guard the western border, and only a narrow plain between the mountains and the sea allows travel between Ferelden and Orlais. Most of the land in the central portion of the kingdom, called the Banorn, is open plains. These are crossed by the remnants of an ancient Tevinter highway that once connected Valroyo with Ostagar, on the edge of the Korcari Wilds. The western part of Ferelden is dominated by Lake Callanhead, a huge caldera filled by the runoff of glaciers from nearby mountains. Lake Callanhead is home to the famed fortress of Redcliffe, as well as the Circle Tower, which houses Ferelden's Circle of Magi. In the east is the vast Brazilian forest, which the superstitious locals profess to be haunted, and from which rises the Dragon's Peak, a solitary mountain that guards the capital city of Denerim. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genetivi. Perfect. We will be visiting most of those locations throughout this playthrough. Although you don't go to Orlais in this game. You do in later Dragon Age games, but not this one. Okay. Don't want to go upstairs yet. Let's check out this end room first. Okay. A couple of important things here. The book. We'll check through what that is.
This should be easy enough.
The Orlesian Empire. There are many lords and ladies in Valroyo, and I mean this literally. Once the system of noble titles in Orlais was labyrinthine. There were barons and baroness and baronets and sir barons and a horde of others, each with their own origins and its own nuances of comparison. The Orlesian aristocracy is ancient and much given to competition. All the nobility play the grand game as it is known, whether they wish to or not. It is a game of reputation and patronage, where moves are made with rumours and scandal as the chief weapon. No gentle game, this. More blood has been drawn as a result of the grand game than any war the Orlesians have fought. Of this I am assured by almost every gentleman there. As far as titles went, everything changed with the coming of Emperor Dracon, who established the Orlesian Empire as it exists now and who created the Chantry. There is no more venerated figure in Orlais. In Valroyo, the statue of Dracon stands as tall as the statue of Andraste. Dracon determined that the grand game was tearing Orlais apart, so he abolished all titles besides his own, and Lord and Lady. I am told, with some twittering of amusement, that this action did not end the grand game as Dracon had intended. Now the Lords and Ladies collected unofficial titles rather than official ones, such as the Exalted Patron of Tassus Clay, or Uncle to the Champion of Trems. It is a headache to remember such titles, and one winces to think the poor doorsman at the ball, who must rattle them off as each guest enters the room. The aristocracy is different from Ferelden, in other ways as well. The Orlesians' right to rule stems directly from the Maker. There exists neither the concept of rule by merit, nor the slightest notion of rebellion. If one is not noble, one aspires to be, or at the least aspires to be in the good graces of a noble, and is ever watching for a way to enter the patronage of those better placed in the grand game. And then there are the masks and the cosmetics. I have not seen so much paint since the kennels at the High ever, but that is another story. From Beyond the Frostbacks by Ban Tierik of Westhill, 920 Dragon. Yeah, Orlais is extremely complicated with all their politics, but like I said, we're not going there in this game, so we don't really have to worry about it too much. Right, what you do want to do is loot this desk. So there's Blank Vellum, but there's also Alistair's mother's amulet. Now, as you might guess, Alistair actually mentioned this amulet to us when we first entered Redcliffe, so that is a gift for him, quite obviously. Let's just give it straight to him.
Oh, this is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
I found it in Redcliffe Castle, in the study.
Oh, the Arl's study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
Maybe he meant to give it back to you.
Maybe he did. He might even have brought it with him one of those times he came to see me at the monastery. Not that I would have given him a chance, as belligerent as I was to him. Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from his... When he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. Huh. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
Of course I remembered.
I don't know what to say. You're special to me too. Thank you again.
There we go. Alistair plus 10. One thing I do wish would happen is during those cutscenes, I wish that any active effects I had would not show up during the cutscene, because this blue glow of Spellmite is extremely annoying. But it's even more annoying to turn it off before a cutscene and then put it back on afterwards, so I guess I'm just dealing with it now. Let's go upstairs. Okay, now upstairs there is one place you do not want to go. And it is here with the... No, is it there? It's basically the Owl's bedroom. You don't want to go near Connor. Wherever he is, stay away. It is worth coming up here though, just to fight these enemies, because once you deal with Connor, these will all disappear, so you might as well get the experience for fighting them. Shattered. Really glad I changed the tactics, by the way. That is turning out to be such a good choice. Oh, Alistair's dead. I thought Wynn was going to heal him. Okay, never mind. Alistair's just dead. Apparently it's just me and Wynn. I actually might use revive on Alistair. Okay, you can take a potion, so can you. I'm going to take a Lurian potion and heal myself that way. I know I've said it before, but that's why Wynn's Spirit Healer specialization is the best specialization. Because she can just bring a companion like Alistair straight back into the fight. Liliana must have fallen right next to Alistair, because she resurrected her as well. It is an AoE spell, it's just quite a small AoE, so unless they happen to fall in the same place, then it doesn't usually come up. Cool. But yeah, I am going to be saving a bit on this floor, just in case I accidentally run into Connor when I don't mean to. Right, that is the way downstairs, I think. Main floor, yep. Let's not do that. Let's go through here.
On it.
That is a gift for Wynn, I believe. Check that in a second. Wynn. Other.
Oh my.
Yep, it was. Perfect. So once you kind of know how the gift system works, it's really not hard to get your companion's approval up. Right. froze Alistair by accident. Ah, well, that'll happen. Done. Okay, this door here is the vault, so you need that key off the Chamberlain downstairs to open it. But you can go inside and loot these chests. Silver frame still life, that is for Sten. We'll give that back to him back at camp. Eamon's shield is here. Might be an upgrade for whatever Alistair's using. Firebolts, I'm not using crossbows and I don't intend to, so they won't be useful. There's some weapons, some armor, and some more weapons. Awesome. Nothing else of interest in here though, so we'll keep going. Just kind of see where we're exploring. Okay. I think this is the way we don't want to go, if I'm honest. Yep, there's Connor. We're not going near him. So this is the hallway to stay away from, at least until you've decided what you want to do with Connor. Because if you approach him there, he's just going to attack. And there's nothing you can do about it. On the other hand, these I can happily attack.
This should be easy.
Okay, that's fine. And more corpse gall. Alrighty. Stone dragon statuette. That is another gift for Alistair, actually. Because if you remember, he not only likes runestones, he also likes statuettes. Come in here. That one there is Alistair. And actually the wine, I forgot I bought it, but this is a cheap gift bought from most merchants, but it's actually for Wynn. So give that to her, and that's an easy +7. Yeah, a lot of merchants sell wine, and it's actually a gift specifically for Wynn. So there you go.
On it.
Oh, slightly surprised there's no enemies in here. There is a book though. Let's read that. Journal of the Tranquil. Some laugh at me. I no longer mind. Once upon a time I studied as they did. I learned under the tutelage of an enchanter and attempted to master the art of bending magic to my will. And while I did well enough, I know that I struggled. I saw the way the enchanter looked at me, the sidelong glances of worry and disappointment. While other apprentices were conjuring fire, I could barely light a candle. I was frightened of magic. When I was a boy, my grandmother regaled me with tales of the terrible Flemeth, the Witch of the Wilds. She told me of the Magisters and how their evil magic infected the world with the Darkspawn. She told me of demons and how they were drawn to the dreams of those who possessed magic like moths to a flame. She told me all of these things because, she said, the talent ran in our family's blood. And so it ran in mine. All my young life I had dreaded the thought, prayed to the Maker that I was not so cursed, but I knew otherwise. Deep in my heart I knew. When the Templars came to our home, I knew. The Mage's Tower was terrifying, full of secrets and dangers. The Templars glared at me as if I could spring full into an abomination before their very eyes. My enchanter patiently attempted to teach me to marshal my willpower, my only defense should a demon attempt to enslave me, but it was no use. How many nights did I cry myself to sleep in that dark and lonely place? Then my harrowing came at last, my final test. Face a demon, they said, or submit to the rite of tranquility. They would sever my connection to the Fade, and thus I would never dream, and no demon could ever touch me. But I would also be unable to do magic, and I would never feel an emotion ever again. Facing the demon was certain death, so my choice was easy. It was not so painful. Now I serve in other ways. We Tranquil manage the archives. We run the tower, purchase the supplies, and maintain the accounts. Our condition also allows us to use the magical element lyrium without ill effect, and thus we are the ones who enchant the magical items. We are the merchants who sell these items to those the circle permits, and the coin from those sales provides the circle's wealth. Thus, we tranquil are vital. The young and old may stare at me, ill at ease, but they would be worse off without me. They may think me a failure, but there is no horror for me now. I feel no fear of what I am. The shadows are merely shadows, and I am content. Eden the meek, tranquil of the circle of Magi of Starkhaven, the free marchers. Not sure why his journal's here in Redcliffe, but that was still kind of interesting to get the Tranquil's perspective on things. Especially one who was willingly underwent the Rite of Tranquility. Leather boots. Okay. I think that might be everything on the upper floor. So now we need to deal with Connor. If you've watched the last episode, you probably know there's a few ways to deal with him. Joan suggested blood magic.
Right.
We could just kill the boy, of course. There is a third option that wasn't really talked about at the end of the last episode, though. So let's go see if we can do that, because that would certainly be the best thing. Oh, that's the courtyard. Don't want that. We want these guys.
I will bring the castle under control.
My son awaits your decision. Make it quickly.
There must be another way to enter the Fade.
You can find Lyrium and more mages at the Circle of Magi, if they would even do it.
The Circle Tower's not far from here, and they owe me.
Indeed. It should not be difficult to get what is needed, provided we have the time.
But what will happen here? Connor will not remain passive forever.
I will take that chance.
Very well. I will keep Jowan here as a precaution. He says he wants to help, so he will keep an eye on Connor with us. Go to the tower quickly, then. The longer you are away, the greater the chances of disaster.
Okay, quest updated.
Let's get started.
Always get a little disorientated in this castle. The exit's here. Yeah, so this is the alternative. Jowan did suggest blood magic, but if you have sided with the mages in the Circle of Magi, then you can actually go to them and ask them to help you with Connor. It does exactly the same thing as blood magic, but without the blood sacrifice, so that just sounds like a win to me. While we're here, just loot that barrel quickly. Health bottles, I actually need that, I'm running low on them. Okay, I am going to go to Redcliffe Village first. Actually, change your mind. We are going to go straight to the Circle Tower. Might get an encounter on the way, I'm not sure. Yep, we do. Okay, what's this one? Ah, I know which one this is.
Concentrate, like we practiced. Now, fire!
Those mages, as you see, they're actually allies.
Approach. Watch for their blood.
Yeah, so this is a random encounter that happens if you side with the mages in the Circle of Magi. There we go. That is actually how Blizzard is meant to work. Take out that alpha. Yeah, so this is just a random encounter. There's nothing particularly special about it. Its only condition is that you must have done the Circle of Magi quest and sided with the mages at the end of it. Yeah, I think that's everyone. Oh, no, it's not. The last one was right behind me. There we go. Now that's everyone.
I'm taking these apprentices to Redcliffe. The first enchanter says you need every able-bodied mage for the war. They're young, but capable enough, as you saw.
Well, one of his apprentices is actually dead, so that's one less person to fight in the war, but okay then. Slightly surprised his dialogue didn't reflect that. Oh no, he's got another apprentice there. I could have sworn that guy died. Alright, fine. There's no body, so I guess he was alright. It was just a scratch or something. Okay.
This should be easy enough.
Okay, here we need to talk to Irving.
You went above and beyond the call of duty for the Circle. You have done us proud.
Can the Circle go to Redcliffe to save a possessed child?
The child is possessed. But killing the demon would mean killing the... Unless you intend to enter the Fade. Yes. Yes, it can be done with a group of mages. I shall gather what mages I can, and we shall leave promptly. A life is at stake.
Yeah, so this option is only available if you have done the Circle Tower quest. If not, you'll have to come here and do that quest first, and side with the mages. It's also unavailable completely if you sided with the Templars. Another encounter. Awesome. Okay, this is just Darkspawn around. Don't know if this is anything in particular, but I do see an emissary, so let's deal with him right now. Oh, lots of traps though, that's for sure. Okay, this thing is getting really annoying, actually. Do that. And actually, Alistair, can you help out with this, please? No, you can't. Why can't you? You are stunned. Okay, now you can. Thank you. Right. I think the emissary was just killed. Awesome. Cool. There we go. Done. Not sure if this is just a random encounter or if something I did triggered it. Doesn't really matter anyway. But let's get Liliana to clean up these traps just to get the experience, which gave me a level up actually, so that was nice.
Trap right ahead.
And there are a lot of them. I mean, 20 to 30 experience for each one. Not going to complain about that. Actually going to make those hold because don't want them walking into one of these traps accidentally.
Right away. I'll do it. It's done. Trap right ahead.
Oh, she spotted another one. Okay, that should be the last one. We'll turn that off hold now. Okay, Venom. Nothing there. Genlock. Some money. All good. And another Genlock. Greenstone. Okay. Is that everything? There's some elf fruit, but that's it. Yep. Sweet, let's get out of here. Oh, actually, before I get out of here, let's level up. I may as well. So, what do we need? Let's take some more willpower, actually. I'm falling a bit behind with that. Now, here's the tricky bit. I don't really know what spells I want next. I had a very good idea for ones I'd already done. But I have the ones I wanted, so I'm less worried now. Disorientate, horror, sleep, waking nightmare. I am wondering where Crushing Prison is. It's here. I'm actually going to start up this tree. It's quite a good tree. Mind Blast is actually really good. And Crushing Prison, we've already seen how that works during the Fade quest. But that's really good as well. So I think I'm just going to start with this one. I don't entirely know which spells I'm going to get rid of though, because I don't need everything that I've got here. Let's be real, I'm not using Frost Weapons. I'll get rid of that for now. Oh, wrong one. Let us get Mind Blast. Mind Blast is really good. Once I find it. Oh, I did the stupid thing where I didn't save my changes. Okay, willpower, up you go. Mind Blast, play. Okay, now let's find Mind Blast. Oh, edit automatically. There it is. Sweet. Yeah, Mind Blast is kind of an AoE all around you, and it basically stuns everyone in the area. So it's a bit like the Golem's Quake we were using earlier, except for mages. So it is a really good spell for them. If they get surrounded, then it gives them a bit of crowd control. Time to back off or work a different spell. Okay. Now we need to talk about entering the Fade, or honestly all the choices. So here are the mages. We've done that. So let's talk about the options for dealing with Connor. So you can kill him. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to show you. With my other playthroughs, I'm going to show you the different options for killing Connor. Sorry, not killing Connor, for dealing with Connor. And we will kind of explore what the different choices are and what your best options are for each choice. But this one here, I'm a mage. I'm going to go with the Mage's Circle and use Lyrium to enter the Fade. So let's deal with that. Now, since the Warden here is a mage, I am the best choice to enter the Fade. The only people who can enter Fades are mages. So if your Warden is not a mage, then you can send Wynn in, you can send Morrigan in. If Jowan's around, you can actually make him go in, or you can even ask First Enchanter Irving to do it for you. Right.
Ah, there you are. We have brought lyrium and begun preparations for the ritual. We can start any time.
So only one person can go through?
Yes. We haven't sufficient lyrium at present to send more than one mage into the Fade.
Let's do this now.
I'm glad we decided to take this route. This is really the best option.
Very well. I assume you are going into the Fade. Or did you have someone else in mind?
Yeah, so like I said, these are your options. Irving, Wynn, Morrigan, Jowan, or yourself, but only if you're a mage. I will go.
Good. Let us get the ritual underway, then.
Okay. All of my companions approve. And some of them even got skill bonuses for reaching certain approval levels now. But this is all good.
Is that you, Connor? I can hear you. I'm coming.
Father! Where are you? I don't understand. It's so...
There are a couple of enemies in here, but we've got spells, so I'm not particularly worried about anything. Should be fine. There's Connor. I want to save before talking to him.
Who are you? Are you the one that made Father ill? Tell me now.
No, I did not make your father sick.
How do I know that? You could be a liar. You could be a demon.
And you could be the guardian of this realm, meant to confuse.
Fool! You won't get near her. I won't let you.
Here we go. So it's a desire demon that's possessed Connor. Okay. This one's just going to attack you. It's not too strong. In case you can't tell by how easy this particular demon is, it's not the final boss of this area. what I do need to do is save before confronting the final boss of this area, and you'll see why when we get there. But I will admit I'm a little lost. I'm not sure where I'm meant to go now. Let's try going back. Don't do that. Portal. Okay. Yeah, that's the portal we came through in the first place. Where is this other portal? How do you get to it? You would think it was more obvious than this, right? Maybe I'm being silly and just need to go back through the same portal. But I wouldn't have thought so. Yeah, okay, well let's try going back through that other portal. Nope, not that way. Oh, I think this was what we were meant to do.
You're the one making Father sick!
Is anyone out there? Hello?
Oh, Connor again.
Why do you keep hurting me? Why are you trying to stop me?
Begone, demon, and impede me no further.
You will not find what you seek. Turn back, now!
Obviously, you fear I will indeed find what I seek.
Trespasser! I will drive you out!
Okay, she's big, but she brought a rage demon with her this time, so let's deal with that since it's weak to my frost magic. And now we'll take her out. There we go, done. And again, she teleports away. Okay.
I'll help him! You can't stop me!
Blessed art thou who exists in the sight of the weak.
Get out of here! You have to get out! I'll stop you! I will! Please forgive me.
Okay. Clearly I need to go back through the same portal I've been using. Let's do that. Okay, this might be the final one. I can't remember.
Father wanders, seeking me, trapped within my web. All is as it should be. Why must you interfere?
Because you interfere where you should not, demon.
Connor invited her to come, and they struck a bargain. She has every right to do as she wishes. No, it is time for you to go now. Do not persist, or things will go very badly for you.
Okay, this isn't the final one either. That's alright. Did he just use Mind Blast? Just show you what it looks like. So it's that blast of power there. Didn't really affect anything, but, you know, it is a good spell. Take my word for it, I guess. Particularly when you're surrounded by like low-level mobs. Just let you stun them all. Alright. Need to deal with her. Done. Okay. Alright, the demon's here in her actual form, so I think this is the last one. Let's save. And go talk to her.
Very well. No more illusions. Now we meet face to face. You see my true form, and stand in my domain. It is here I am most powerful. And yet I have no wish to engage your power, nor should you be so eager to engage mine. Perhaps we should converse instead?
Okay, so this only happens if your warden is a mage and you're the one who goes into the Fade. The demon will try to offer a bargain. Any of the other characters will immediately refuse and just attack. Jowan or Irving or Morrigan or Wynne. But your warden does have the chance to strike a bargain if you wish. Okay, what could I possibly have to talk to you about?
I possess the boy's soul. We could battle for it, or we could negotiate like civilized beings. If you are smart, you could even come out ahead.
Yeah, don't believe that. There is a way to come out ahead, but it involves passing 2 extremely difficult intimidate checks. Without that, you can get the bargain now and the demon will leave Connor, but you find out during the epilogue of the game that the demon came back and possessed Connor again. So if you want Connor to be free forever, striking a bargain is not the way to do it. I'm willing to talk.
Ah, good. I prefer reasonable negotiation whenever possible. Your goal is for me to release the boy's soul. Is that right?
Yes, that is right.
What if you could persuade me to leave voluntarily? No fuss, no bloodshed.
I would need some coaxing to let you off the hook.
So you will at least consider it? Let me make a proposition then. I abandon the boy. For now. But I retain the contract he and I made. And many years from now, I may return and claim what is mine. This will be long after whatever you want is done. In exchange, I will provide something of value to you. Something you desire. What say you?
What would you give me exactly?
I offer much. Power, knowledge, pleasure. What is it you desire?
Okay, well there's the first intimidate check. Now these are kind of your choices if you want to make a bargain. Arcane secrets, pleasure, the love of those around me, or something to increase my talents. The reason I wanted to save before doing this encounter is I'm going to choose arcane secrets here because it unlocks the specialization, and it's the only way that I'm aware of to unlock the specialization. And it's probably one of the trickiest to do because you need a warden to be a mage, come into the Fade, and then make this exact bargain. So a lot of steps are involved, and everything's just happened to fall in place for this character to do it. However, I don't want that to be my final choice, so I'm going to, once I've unlocked the specialization, I'm going to reload my previous save. Arcane secrets. I want to know specialized blood magic.
Then it is a deal. You'll have what you desire, and I'll leave as if destroyed. For now, I wish you luck, dear creature. You shall certainly need it.
Okay. I'm going to skip past this because we'll watch it when I actually do what I want to do.
We will hold him for Eamon to decide his fate. If he doesn't recover, Jowan's fate is sealed.
The urn.
Yeah.
The
This
urn
doesn't
of
matter. Okay, now we're here. Specialization unlocked. Blood magic. So we got a codex entry. What was that for? Genitivi. Okay, no, we'll deal with that later. Okay, so yeah, we unlock the specialization of blood magic. So if I go into my character pane, nope. I can never remember which button this particular thing is. It's K. No, it's not that either. Either way, it's one of the mage specializations. That's the only way to unlock it. We did it. So now, but that's not actually how I want to deal with the demon. So let us, this one here, load game. The other options you can make a deal for, by the way. Pleasure just gives you a cutscene with you and the demon kissing. What were the other ones? Love of a companion. You can choose a companion and give them plus 20 approval. I mean, in the base game that would have been a decent enough deal, I guess, but with the DLCs installed, like this has, the feast day gifts give plus 50 approval anyway, so it's a bit pointless. And then the last one, the demon will give you a tome where you can teach a talent or spell. And as you can see, we've got plenty of spells. We don't really need any more, so I don't find any of the gifts particularly enticing. I just wanted to unlock blood magic. And even though I've reloaded it, it's going to be that me learning it there will be remembered, so I do actually have access to blood magic if I want to take that specialization. If I remember, I'll try and show that at the next level up.
Very well.
Okay, we've listened to this already, so let's go through. I'm not going to make a deal. There will be no discussion.
Very well then. If you wish a battle, you will have it. Let us see if your power matches your boldness, creature.
Okay, now we have to fight the demon. She is actually quite strong, and part of the problem with fighting her is that she has this spell, I think it's called Spell Shield. It basically makes her immune to magic. Super annoying, because you have to fight her as a mage. So you are using magic, whichever way you go. And as you can see, I am dying. Yeah, so she does have some good spells, so she is really painful, and plus she has a few tricks up her sleeve like this. Basically, she creates copies of herself, but they all die in one hit. So just go around and shoot them all once, and the true one will be left behind, but the others... Oh, that was the true one there, so there we go. Easy enough, but a little annoying. Okay, I actually froze her that time, that's good. Let's take one of those. Take one of those. Ah. You can actually tell which one is the real one. I hadn't really realised that before, but she wasn't glowing, so it was quite obvious. Oh, there's Spell Shield, so that's the one. You can still damage her with your normal staff attack, but any spells you use won't work while that's up. See, look, just resisted. Need to wait for it to run out. Oh, Glyph of Repulsion is annoying. And unfortunately, I am running out of potions very fast. Okay, finally got her.
So it is over. Connor is his old self. He does not seem to remember anything, which is a blessing. I suppose we will need to send him to the Circle of Magi's tower for training, once the war is over. It's so odd to think of the boy as a mage, of all things. Eamon has much to mourn and rebuild should he recover. But at least he could be thankful that both his son and wife are safe.
I owe you my deepest thanks. I can scarcely believe Connor is the boy he once was.
There is still the matter of Jowan. His poisoning Eamon began this whole mess, yet he lives. I must decide what becomes of him. We will hold him for Eamon to decide his fate. If he doesn't recover, Jowan's fate is sealed. What do you think?
Okay, so you can still choose how to deal with Jowan. I'm going to try and get him released. I'm pretty sure Tegan's not going to like this, but we'll see if he'll accept it. I would like him released.
Released? Are you mad? Why would you do such a thing?
I agree with Isolde. He's a Maleficar. We cannot simply unleash him on the land and ignore his crimes.
Why not? This isn't your problem.
Perhaps you are correct. But that is Eamon's decision, not mine. I'm sorry. Jowan stays in the dungeon for now. But our task is not done yet. Whatever the demon did to my brother, it seems to have
He's not going to let
spared
me
his
do
life,
it. Eamon might when I
comatose.
manage to
We
cure
cannot
him,
wake
but
him.
until then,
The urn of sacred ashes will save Eamon.
we'll have to try and cure him first. By the way, the reason I'm trying to release Jowan, if the game will let me, I could have done it when we first encountered him, just tell him to run and I never want to see him again. That would have done it. I'm trying to do it now because there is actually a quest you can get later if you manage to release Jowan. Anyway, I will seek out this urn.
Thank you. I am grateful for your eagerness to help restore my husband. Find Brother Genetivi, the scholar, in Denerham. He has been researching the urn's location for several years now. The knights that returned say they were unable to find Genetivi. But perhaps the Maker will lead you to him.
I must go to the hall and begin rebuilding. I wish you luck, and may the Maker go with you.
Okay, new quest, the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Codex. Brother Ferdinand Genetivi, as it is the duty of all true sons of the Chantry to make the chant heard from every corner of the world, I made it my mission to find as many corners of the world as possible. The Maker can hardly expect us to do one without the other. Excerpt from In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of Chantry Scholar, by Brother Genetivi. Brother Genetivi is one of the Chantry's most well-known scholars, primarily on the basis of the stories he has published, which many of his contemporaries dismiss as fanciful. Of his travels across the length and breadth of Thedas, and indeed many of his works are in our codex. We've read a lot of them. Connor. While most of the bands in the Isles of Ferelden cart their children with them to the Landsmeet in the interest of eventually marrying them off, Connor has spent his entire life at Redcliffe. And it's hardly surprising. The child possessed the gift of magic. By law, he should have been taken to the Circle of Magi at the first sign, abdicating his claim to Redcliffe. Instead, the boy was kept out of public view and his magic hushed up, with disastrous results. All mages are beacons that attract the attention of Fade spirits. Because of this, they are trained and tested by the Circle to ensure that they can withstand attacks from malevolent Fade creatures that seek entry into the waking world. Untrained Connor drew the attention of a powerful demon that tore the veil asunder. With aid from the Circle, he was freed from the demon's power. Connor will be sent to the Circle Tower, where he will no longer pose a danger to the innocent. Also an update for Isolde. The Circle of Magi were finally called in, almost too late, and Connor was freed from the demon's power, though the damage to Redcliffe was severe. Indeed it was. Okay. Now we're in the Isle's bedroom. We couldn't come in here before because this was where Connor was, so didn't want to interact with him. But there are a few things in here, so it's worth searching around. So there's a book. Eveline, Knight of Orlais, we'll read that in a sec. Then through here there's a couple of others. Pile of books, so we've got the History of Ferelden, Chapter 1, and there's another book on the bedside table. The First Blight, Chapter 2. Okay, that looks like everything, so let's read these codex entries. Ferelden, as we think of it now, did not exist before the Exalted Age. Instead, the valley was divided up into dozens of old Alamari clans. They warred constantly with one another over land, honour, and the allegiance of the freeholders, and on one notable occasion the name given to a favourite Mabari. And then, in the 33rd year of the Exalted Age, Calenhad Theron became Teyrn of Denerim, and everything changed. Most of what we know about the founding of our nation comes from old songs that the bards passed down through the ages. The songs are filled with such wild exaggerations and outright lies, but this hardly differs from the scholarly papers of some of my contemporaries. There is no agreement among poets or scholars on how he did it, but Calenhad gained the support of the Circle of Magi, and they crafted for him a suit of silvery white armour that, by all accounts, repelled both arrow and blade. Calenhad led his army across the valley and captured Redcliffe, one of only 3 men who ever successfully laid siege to that fortress, and presented himself to the bands of the Landsmeet as their king. The poets tell us that every lord knelt before Calenhad without question. The fact that he attended the Landsmeet surrounded by ash warriors and loyal mages of the Circle is generally omitted from the ballads, however. From Calenhad came the line of Theron kings and queens who reigned uninterrupted until the 44th year of the Blessed Age, when the Orlesian invasion came. The rightful king was forced to flee Denerim, and for 70 years a puppet sat upon the throne. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. Eveline, Knight of Orlais. Eveline was born to an Orlesian farmer near the city of Hallamshirel. in the early half of the Storm Age. She was a large and ugly baby, and her father had hoped for a boy. Not wanting another mouth to feed, the farmer left Evelyn in the woods to die from exposure, but a travelling band of Dalish elves came upon the crying child. The elves took her into their clan and raised her as their own. They taught her archery, dueling, and survival skills. When she came of age, she was larger and stronger than most women, let alone elven women. Her adoptive parents knew that she was a fine warrior, so they encouraged her to enter a human tournament in nearby Montesamard. But women were not permitted to join the knighthood in Orlais, nor to compete in a tournament. So Evelyn joined the tournament as a man. Her clan forged a suit of armour with a full helm and gave her an ironbark sword of the finest quality. Evelyn entered the competition, claiming to be a knight of Antiva. She refused to doff her helmet, even during the archery competition. And, sure enough, Evelyn bested many other knights until, in the grand melee, she came across Kaliva, a knight who served the Emperor and was considered the finest in the land. Kaliva was determined not to be beaten and struck swiftly and strongly. As Evelyn matched each of his blows, Kaliva grew more frustrated. Finally, in desperation, he tripped Evelyn and threw her to the ground. The blow knocked her helm from her head, and Kaliva was shamed. He called to have the competition declared invalid, but the crowd booed and jeered. In anger, Kaliva turned and slew Evelyn as she lay helpless. The son of the Emperor, Prince Freyan, was also present at the tourney. He too had been beaten by Evelyn, but he recognized her skill and bravery and was saddened by the injustice of her death. Upon rising to the Emperor's seat in 744 Storm, Freyan abolished a law that disallowed women from joining the Orlesian knighthood and posthumously knighted Evelyn. Although women on the Orlesian knighthood are still a rarity today, all those who do become knights revere Sir Evelyn as their patron. Evelyn, Knight of Orlais, by Lord Francois Magny, 8-4 Blessed. Right, and the last one we just picked up, The First Blight, Chapter 2. People today have little concept of the consequences of the second sin. Oh, believe me when I say, when asked, pious, chantry-going folk will curse the use of foul magic, spitting and snapping their fingers, but none live today who actually remember the horror that was unleashed so very long ago. Whatever records might have existed, regrettably did not survive the chaos and ignorance that was to follow. We have only the tales of survivors handed down through the murky ages and the dogma of the chantry to instruct us, and that is precious little indeed. I believe I am not understating when I say that the second sin unleashed the bane of all life upon Thedas. The Darkspawn are more virulent than the worst plague, a heartless force of nature that came into our world like an ill wind. We know from accounts of later blights, as these Darkspawn invasions came to be called, never has a more appropriate name existed, that the Darkspawn spread disease and famine whenever they tread. The earth itself is corrupted by their presence. The sky roiling with angry black clouds. I do not exaggerate, my friends, when I say that a mass gathering of Darkspawn is an omen of dread cataclysm. It is said that those cursed magisters who became the first Darkspawn scratched at the very earth to find solace in the darkness of the dwarven deep roads, and there in the shadows they multiplied. Whether by intelligent design or by some last vestige of worship in their minds, they attempted to locate the old gods they had once served. They found what they sought, Dumat, first among the old gods, once known as the Dragon of Silence before the Maker imprisoned him and all his brethren beneath the earth for the first sin, usurping the Maker's place in mankind's heart. The slumbering dragon awoke, freed from the Maker's prison by his twisted followers, and became corrupted himself. Dumat was transformed into the first archdemon, his great and terrible power given will by a rotting, unholy mind. With the Darkspawn horde following, Dumat rose and took wing in the skies once again, bringing ruin to the world the Maker had created. The old gods had become the eye of a dark storm that would ravage the entire world. From the tales of the destruction of Thedas by Brother Genetivi, Chantry Scholar. There we go. For a look at another of the choices we can have when dealing with Connor, here is my dwarf commoner character. Now, we've seen this character a few times, and he's made some interesting choices throughout his travels. For one, he sided with the Templars in the Circle Tower. Now, siding with the Templars means that I cannot use Lyrium to enter the Fade like we did in my main playthrough. The other thing this character has done is he actually told Jowan to leave, which means that Jowan is not being held prisoner, and therefore we cannot use blood magic to enter the Fade either. Now, these choices really limit the option for dealing with Connor, so let's see what Isolde and Van Degen have to say.
My son awaits your decision. Make it quickly.
Forget the ritual. We fight the demon here.
Please, don't. It isn't his fault. He just tried to help his father. Why must he pay with his life?
Do not make this any harder than it is, Isolde. He has made his decision.
Who says he gets to decide? I'm Connor's mother. I'm the Arlessa.
This is what must be done.
No! No! I won't let you do this. It isn't right. It isn't right.
It must be done. The cancer must be cut out.
Go and do this quickly. We must save Eamon and restore the castle. I will make Isolde understand.
There we go. Rather heartfelt reaction from Isolde there, to be expected. Alright, let's go deal with the demon. So to do this, you do need to go up to the upper floor. I've already cleared this floor out with this character. And then go and find the room where Connor is. So let's go find him. I think I have actually gone the wrong way. It's this way. Through here. Again, there are no other choices. Because there is no way to enter the Fade if Jalwyn is not around. And if you've sided with the Templars in the Circle Tower. Autosave there. Let's go talk to Connor.
Go away. She won't like you being here. She'll just try to hurt you.
Who are you talking about?
The scary lady who speaks to me in my dreams. She's quiet now, but she's never very far.
Oh, the poor lad.
I tried to stop her, but I can't. She said she'd help Father. I didn't think she'd hurt everyone. Honestly, I didn't.
Do you know what she is, Connor?
She's a bad person. I heard her in my dreams, and then she was everywhere.
She's not a person, she's a demon.
Sometimes she's nice. She says she just wants to help me, but then she gets very mean. Demons are liars.
I'm afraid this has to end now.
Is that why you're here? Are you going to kill me? She said you would. What's going to happen to me? When I'm dead?
Dwarves say we return to the stone when we die.
I don't think we do that. Songs say we go to the Maker. I hope he's nice. Is it going to hurt much?
No, I will make it quick.
At least no one will be hurt anymore. And maybe Father can be helped. That's all I wanted. Just do it then.
I'm not sure what the persuade option does, but let's give it a go. I need you to help me or I may not win.
I'll try. I don't know what to do, but I'll try.
You'll never win! You'll never take him! He's mine!
And there we have the Desire Demon. Nice paralysis from Wynn there. Now, yep, she does have a few tricks up her sleeve, such as resurrecting these corpses. Or disappearing herself, apparently. And as you may notice, the doors are blocked, so you can't leave this room. So there's no option to run away or anything. Although, I'll be honest, running away in Dragon Age is not really all that easy to do, so it's not usually an option. But the game's ensured that you can't. Okay, with the corpses dead, she'll come back, I imagine. Yeah, here she is. That cone of cold is really annoying. Okay, this time we've got some rage demons to deal with. Okay, let us could do with a group heal, I think. Right, last demon, and then back to the Desire Demon. And she turns back up again. There she is. Why am I stuck? Thank you. Don't really have any way to heal Wynn, which is unfortunate. If she unfreezes in time, I'll heal her, but otherwise... Nope, she's down. Okay. In fact, Sten could really use a potion, though. We'll give him one of those. Yeah, that'll do for now. She's almost dead, thankfully. I think it is a little easier to fight her here because you do have all your companions to help. It's not just one-on-one. Oh, yeah, there she goes. And with that...
Stop! Stop! Don't hurt him! Please, have mercy on him. He's just a boy. He doesn't deserve this.
Do you have another solution?
There must be another option. The Circle must know some spell, or we could bring him to the cathedral in Denerim. They could exorcise him. Make her help me. There must be some other way. Don't kill my baby. I'm begging you.
Move aside. We must destroy the demon.
No, it doesn't have to be this way. I know what's at stake, but you can't tell me it's worth his life. What if he was your son? Surely you would move mountains to save him?
Please don't make this harder than it is.
You're just like Tigan, standing there grim-faced and telling me my son has to die. It doesn't have to be like this. I order you to stop!
This needs to end. Now.
No. Please, What have you done?
I did what I had to do.
It was just a boy. He did. I tried so hard to save him. And what am I left with? Nothing. I wonder just how long Eamon will survive, now that the demon cannot sustain him. Will I lose my whole family, do you think? Enough. I wish to mourn my son now. Give me that at least.
So it is over. Connor is dead, and the demon gone with him. With its creatures vanquished, the castle is back under our control. I thought I'd never see my brother again.
My son, your nephew, is dead. Do not forget that in your great relief, Tigan.
How could I, my lady? Eamon has much to mourn if he recuperates. But our task is not done yet. Whatever the demon did to my brother, it seems to have spared his life, but he remains comatose. We cannot wake him.
The urn. The urn of sacred ashes will save Eamon.
I'll seek out this urn.
Thank you. I am grateful for your eagerness to help restore my husband. Find Brother Genitivi, the scholar, in Denerim. He has been researching the urn's location for several years now. The knights that returned say they were unable to find Genitivi. But perhaps the Maker will lead you to him.
I must go to the hall and begin rebuilding. I wish you luck, and may the Maker go with you.
And there we go. That's what happens if you decide to kill Connor. Quite a gut-wrenching scene, really. There is one more thing I want to do before we switch back to the main playthrough, though, and that is actually travel to our party camp. So I will go do that, and I will probably cut and see you there, I think. Alrighty, let's head into the party camp and see if anything awaits us.
Now that we're back at the camp, I want to talk about what happened at Redcliffe.
You were there. You saw what happened.
Yes, I know. I've had some time to think about it now. You killed Connor. You killed him. A little boy. How could you do that?
So this is the conversation with Alistair, and as I think I said in my main playthrough, you can lose a lot of approval here. Because we killed Connor, we're going to lose some, so the kind of goal is to mitigate how much we're going to lose. I didn't enjoy it, Alistair.
Oh, I'm not saying you did. But there must have been something else that you could have done. Something. Anything that didn't involve killing a child. This is the Jarl's son we're talking about here. What do you think he'll say when we revive him?
He'll see that there were larger things at stake.
I just don't know how you could do it. How you could make that decision. I owe the Jarl more than this.
So here we've got a couple of options. We can try to persuade, or we do have high cunning, so we could try and do that as well. I honestly did the best I could, Alistair.
You're right. Of course you're right. I'm such an ass. I should know better than to second guess you like this. Oh, why am I getting on your back about it? You did what you had to. It's just... all this death. Never mind. Let's just stop there before I do more than shove my foot in my mouth like an idiot.
There we go. So we only lost -9 there. Like I said, you can lose a lot more than that. So that's not too bad, all things considered. Alrighty, and with that, let's head back to our main playthrough. And finally, the third way you can deal with Connor. As you can see, I am here with my Dwarf Noble character. He has left Jowan in the building, so blood magic is now an option. So let us take that option and see where it leads.
My son awaits your decision. Make it quickly.
We let Jowan cast a ritual.
Thank you. If this will save my son, then I am not afraid.
Then who will go into the Fade? One of your companions?
So it still has to be a mage to go into the Fade. So we can send Morrigan or Wynne. Actually thought we could send Jowan, but I think because he's the one doing the ritual, he can't enter the Fade himself. So in this case it does have to be one of your companions, or the Warden if he's a mage, but this particular character is not. So let's send Wynne.
I do not appreciate being the subject of blood magic, but I will do my best. Pray your sacrifice is not wasted, my lady.
You have my eternal gratitude. May the Maker go with you, madam.
Then let's get this started.
Alright, and here we are with Wynne. As you can see, Wynne disapproves by 20. She does not like being sent into the Fade via blood magic. But from this point on, the Fade is exactly the same as if you entered via Lyrium. So I won't bother showing you all of that, but this is kind of the other way to deal with the demon possessing Connor. So I think we'll swap back to my main character now. Okay. Right, a couple of things I want to do. Let us head out of here, though. Actually, I think... Are you sure that's everything? Okay, fine. Yeah, so there are a couple of things we want to do. First, we want to go back to Redcliffe, although... Huh, the vault's locked itself again.
I could do that for you.
Interesting. Here we go. Like I said, this place, I just find it to be a rabbit warren because nothing is facing the direction I expect. Here we go, this is the exit. Okay, there are really two things I want to do before I end this episode. The very first one is actually to go to the party camp.
Now that we're back at the camp, I want to talk about what happened at Redcliffe.
Yeah, so first time you enter camp after dealing with Connor, Alistair will always want to talk to you. Now, since we used Lyrium to enter the Fade and rescued Connor, this conversation is going to go very positively. If you do anything else, it can go very badly. At best, if you use blood magic to enter the Fade, you will lose at least 10 approval, for blood magic. If you killed Connor, you will lose at least 7 approval. That number can get a lot higher if you decide to antagonize Alistair for whatever reason. I believe the maximum approval you can lose here is about 51, so it's a massive loss of approval. But we entered the Fade using Lyrium, so Alistair's going to be happy with us. I think it turned out quite well, don't you?
I just wanted to thank you. You went out of your way to save the Isle's family, and you did it. Even though it would have been easier not to. There's been so much death and destruction. It makes me feel good that at least we were able to save something. No matter how small. I owed the Isle that much.
You're welcome.
Good. Now that the warm, fuzzy part of the day is over with, we can get back to the ritual dismemberments. Oh wait, it's not Tuesday, is it?
Sweet, just wanted to have that conversation with Alistair. Let's head back out. And go back to the... I want to go to Redcliffe Village. We've got some unfinished business there.
Yes.
Indeed. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Redcliffe Village.
Sire, I have more news. Oh, yes. Well, it seems that the fighting has gone exactly as you...
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility should be brought into line and then the Darkspawn defeated. This is no true blight, Honora. Only Kaelin's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire. But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn soon.
Kaelin approached your legions for support, did he
Never!
not?
Marek and I drove those bastards out! We'll not roll out the welcome for them now.
We need help, Father. We cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own. I will lead it through this, Honora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Kaelin?
Kaelin's death was his own doing.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I never quite understood why, and I've played this game quite a few times, I've never understood why Loghain abandoned Kaelin at Ostagar. I'm sure there's a reason, and maybe we'll find out in this 100% playthrough, because I am seeing things I've never seen in this game before, but still. Seems weird, especially if he doesn't want help from Orlais. That was kind of the best chance to defeat the Darkspawn, I think, but never mind. Alrighty. Few things we want to do here. So now that the town has been saved, the undead have been dealt with. Our Lehman's still sick, so that's not great. But now that the town has turned back to normal, there are a few things we can do. The first thing we want to do is head up to the tavern. If you remember, I actually took ownership of this from Lloyd, and Lloyd did survive the battle. So let's see what he's got to say. There's Lloyd.
I don't know how I survived that damnable mess out there, but I did. I suppose I owe you thanks. The men respect me now. I would never have gone out there if you hadn't shoved me. It feels good to help out.
I'm glad you feel that way.
I'm no warrior. Not the way I was screaming like a little girl when those things charged me, but I'm no coward either. Listen. A soldier gave me this trinket some years ago as payment for his tab. He said it was magical. I didn't believe him then, but I think it helped keep me alive out there. You should have it. It might do the same for you sometime.
I'm sorry, Lloyd. I'm the one who kept you alive with my healing spells. Just saying. Thank you.
Yes, well, don't go spreading news that I gave you something for free. Then everyone will want something from me. Anyhow, it's good to be back. I don't want to be in battle again anytime soon. Know what I mean?
Okay, this item he gives you is a ring. Let's have a look at it. Lloyd's Magic Ring. +2 strength, -1 cunning. So that is a unique item. You can only get it if you force Lloyd to go and help in the fight and he survives. Then you can talk to him here and he'll give you the ring. Might actually give that to Alistair if I'm honest. What's he got? Willpower, mental resistance. Yeah, we'll do it instead of that. Alistair doesn't really use cunning, so I'm fine with that trade. Alright, the other thing I want to do is talk to Bella.
I admit, for a while, I didn't think either of us would survive. It's good to see you did.
It's good to see you too.
Something you'd like, boss?
How's the tavern running?
Fair enough, now the fighting's over. Some men come to celebrate. Most come to forget. It will take months to get the stock back to normal and start turning a profit. But I think it's possible. I found Lloyd's hidden stash of coin. I suppose it's yours, since the inn belongs to you. It's several hundred silvers at least.
So, here you can either take the money from Bella, or you can let her keep it. I'm not really hurting for money, so I'll just let her keep it. You can kind of do what feels right. No, keep it, put it back into the tavern.
Fair enough. Things will go a bit quicker here, I guess. I'll run your tavern honestly, and it'll be in good shape when you return. Until then, I guess drinks are on you?
I need some supplies.
Fair enough. Let me see what Lloyd stored in the back. You can help yourself.
Okay, it hasn't updated, that's fine. I believe you can actually, because again, you can tell from the way Bella's talking to me, I own the tavern. I believe you can give the ownership to Bella somehow.
Something you'd like, boss?
Okay. Maybe if I talk to Lloyd?
You put Bella in charge.
Okay.
You want something? You gotta talk to
Looks
her.
like I somehow gave her basically ownership of the tavern. Despite the fact I still technically own it, that's fine. It can go a few ways with Bella. That way works, I guess. But it's just interesting that that option's even in the game, to be honest. Alrighty, let's go down to the main township. Hang on, I'm a little lost. There we go. Now things have changed here. As you can see, there is a chanter's board with a chanter, as well as a Blackstone liaison. Let's start with the chanter's board. So, caravan down. Sister Giselle poses. Unfortunate news that has arrived that Darkspawn have extended their incursion into areas previously thought safe for travel. A runner from a border caravan brings word that they are knowingly passed into infested territory and were being tracked by several unseen creatures. He was dispatched to seek help and did not know the fate of his fellows, or the viability of the trade route. Travellers in the area are urged to be cautious. Any with the ability to rescue or determine the status of the troubled group will be rewarded. Sister Rana posts on behalf of her neighbours. The Darkspawn incursions in the south have made for difficult communication, even through official means. The relatives of the conscripts in Company East Hill have beseeched me to deliver words of their brothers and sons. I have no means to do so, but can point a traveller of stout heart in the proper direction of their recent engagement. To any who are able to find their loved ones, I offer what little silver they have been able to entrust to the board, as well as the sincerest gratitude of the Chantry. While the reports I have heard no doubt suffer from exaggeration, the observed creatures assaulting Redcliffe trouble me greatly. If we are able to properly combat these unnatural agents and prevent their reoccurrence, the mages bound to my service will require carefully prepared samples of flesh for study. Thereafter, should a deployment occur, we will be well briefed. If there are skilled warriors present, I would have them gather samples from any remaining creatures as close to the presumed source as possible. The Chantry will reward this basic assistance with spiritual acknowledgement. If the request is exceeded, gold will be added, but the offer is limited. That's what you want the corpse call for, by the way, that quest there. So we've got plenty of it, we can finish that straight away. Desperate Haven. A runner has brought me dire news of a group of refugees fleeing the Darkspawn. They have been cornered in unfamiliar ground fighting for their lives. The Templars are necessarily occupied, and my own means are few and stretched. If someone of skill has the ability to deliver these people, I can only offer them honest gratitude of myself and of the Chantry. Hopefully that will be enough for the rare person we need. This quest here only appears if you have done the Summoning Sciences quest. Specifically, it appears if you do Summon 2, which is Trickster Whim, I believe is his name. Something is stalking in the wilds, killing the good merchants who support our towns in these difficult times. One would assume that this is the reason the Chantry employs the use of the Templars, but they are unmindful of the simple brother's plea. I understand they have the Darkspawn and the constant threat of uncontrolled mages to contend with, but are they not meant to protect the common people? Whatever the source of this thing, whatever unconscionable force has unleashed it, someone must make the road safe again. All we know is that it's not an animal, bandit, or Darkspawn. If anyone will stand, I will provide of my own wealth as compensation. Sweet. Bunch of quests there. And...
Those stung with 100 arrows, those suffering from ailments both great and small, his heart was strong, and he moved on.
Quest completed, we got 5 gold. That was for the Skin Deep quest, I think. Yeah. Okay, let's check the Blackstone box. Just 1, grease the wheels. My friend, I have a task that requires some tact and discretion, and I think you're perfect for the job. The Blackstone Irregulars cannot survive without the patronage of the nobles, mages, and other groups who retain our services. For that work to continue, however, we have to ensure that people are looking out for our interests. To that end, I ask that you make a trip to Denerim and pass on our appreciation to certain individuals. Return when you're done, and I'll see that you're rewarded. Sure. Easy enough. Alrighty. Now, if you come around the back here, I believe there is something else. Where are they? I know they're here somewhere. Oh, yep, there we go. Mages Collective. Let's check what they have for me.
As you wish.
Gift of Silence. This collective is only successful at the pleasure of the Templars. Their continued devotion to our safety requires certain concessions on our part. In the interest of renewing our relationship with these fine and generous agents of the Maker, we ask that a willing man or woman of character grace our good friends with the gift of Lyrium, procure 10 Lyrium potions, and offer them up to Knight Commander Harith and Redcliffe. And the Scrolls of Banastor. In times such as these, one must suspect even his neighbour of the darkest dealings, lest they cast shadow upon those who labour under the light. I, Jabasto, have heard tell of a cabal of Maleficarum performing rituals in the dark near my sanctum, and I certainly wish to see them brought to justice for their dark deeds. I hesitate, however, to accuse them of foul sorcery without a full understanding of the trappings, ritual, and appearance of the dark magic requires. The writings of the hated Maleficarum Banastor should be suitable. Should a courier be available to procure my copies of the Scrolls of Banastor, I would be appropriately grateful. Now these scrolls, we've actually already found 2 of them. I believe there's 5 or maybe 6 in total, but we've already found 2. So they were both in the Circle of Magi Tower. Let us have a quick look. Mages Collective. Yeah, find 5 scrolls, so there's 5 of them. Okay, all good. We need 10 Lyrium potions. Yeah, so this isn't mentioned in the quest itself. The quest we got was a Gift of Silence. There is this other one, Justice Must Be Served. If you don't want to basically side with the Mages Collective here, you can basically report them and deliver your 10 Lyrium potions to a Knight Commander in Denerim. You can do either or. I'm going to do a Gift of Silence, and that is just because it does unlock another quest later on, I believe. Whereas Justice Must Be Served is kind of the end of that quest line. Rest of Wheels. 5 hooded couriers in Denerim, so that's fine. Don't need to worry about that till we go to Denerim. Kind of just... Oh, Lost in the Castle, we need to complete that actually. Urn of Sacred Ashes is there, and then these ones here. Okay, fine. Alrighty, let's go talk to the blacksmith, Owen. Yeah, so make sure you do come back to Redcliffe Village after saving it from the undead, because there is quite a lot to actually do once you're here. A few more quests to get, you can talk to people you've saved.
I'm still amazed we made it through the night in one piece and won. They'll be telling stories about this for years, I bet. Fighting's not over. We still have Darkspawn to battle, and if the Arl sends out the call, I'll be there for him.
That's a commendable attitude.
If you'll excuse me, I think I'll offer the Maker a bit of thanks for not choosing to be a wrathful god today. Good luck to you.
Okay. Let's actually head into the Chantry. I don't think there's anything to really do in here, but it's worth checking. So Caitlin's here.
You saved us. I can't believe we're alive. And it's finally over.
What are you going to do now?
With the money you gave us for Grandfather's sword, we should be able to get to Denerim. I think we have family there we can stay with. Make her watch over you. I'll never forget you.
Yeah, if you promise to return the sword after the battle, then make sure you do that, otherwise you do get disapproval from some of your companions. Okay, Mother Hannah, Murdoch. Wasn't Murdoch just outside? I'm sure that's who we just spoke to. Okay, it's fine, I guess.
Make her bless you, child.
Alright, nothing to do in here. Irenia must be for a quest, because that's the only reason NPCs are named. But,
Good day.
I don't remember her, and I don't remember what quest it's for. Alright, last thing we'll do is go hand in this quest about Owen's daughter.
As you wish.
My Valena returned. She told me of your daring rescue. I can't begin to tell you how grateful I am. Take this. A reward for your deed. It's dwarven made and should serve you well.
Thank you, I was glad to help.
Thank you again. I'm forever in your debt.
There we go. We got a piece of armor, I believe. What was it? Yeah, as a mage, it'll be something I can't use, that's for sure. Ah, there it is. Shielded Dwarven Armor. Really good piece of armor, actually. +1 Constitution, spell resistance, only requires 28 strength, which for a warrior is actually not a big ask. Might even be better than what Alistair is currently using. Yeah, it's less armor, because it's medium armor, it's not massive, which is what the Templar armor is. But that's okay, I'm sure I'll find someone who is happy to use that piece of armor. Helm of the Red, he actually can use that now. And it's even better than the Templar helm. So we will stick that on him. Oh, looks interesting. Okay, cool. And for shields, I might check, is Eamon's shield better than what he's using? It's different, I wouldn't say better. It's got basically the same stats, it's just those bonuses down the bottom. No, the spell resistance is useful, I think I'll keep him with what he's got. Okay, awesome. There we go.
You're welcome here, friend.
Just check. No, I do need to sell stuff at some point, but we'll do that later. Okay, and with that we have finished in Redcliffe. There are a few quick quests we can do. Some of those Chantry build quests don't take long to complete, and in fact we'll see when we get out to the world map that new locations have opened up just for those quests. But I think we'll do that in the next episode. We'll get to the world map just so I can show you that, and then I will end this episode. I think I might be taking the long way. It's fine. Doesn't matter. We don't want that way. Yep, I've definitely gone the long way. That is one annoying thing in Redcliffe, is getting out of it can take a long time. But that's okay. Run up here, and we're at the exit. Okay, so here we go. 3 new locations: the caravan, the refugees, and the battlefield. We'll do those next time, but for now this is the end of the episode, so thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.